And let's go. Welcome. Thank you very much for connecting to Word Day. Well, this day that has already been in my mind for so long, and that I was planning a day where we dedicate just one single day to keep our words high and to stop complaining, to stop the mumbo jumbo that usually, is the daily bread of our days. And it's going to be, I hope, very interesting for you, so that we can all pay attention to one thing that is causing everything to collapse or create the circumstances in our lives, which is basically something that I call meta-language. In my conception, meta-language means a system of communication that is constantly just pushing information towards the universe, the quantum field, whatever you want to call it, and you're generally getting into this intercommunication with this system, a system that created all of us through your words. Once we learn the linguistic code, this is very important for us to know. Once you learn to define, this means that you learn as well to imprison circumstances, or to set up circumstances that are always referring to what you say. And what you say always has an image. So the power of the words is concentrated into your word, you pronouncing the words, and then creating an image, an immediate image, an instantaneous image in your mind. And then if you persist in those words, then the impact in your subconscious mind creates what you imagine. And I hope that I'm not starting, that strong, but this is the basis of meta-language, and oh, sorry, and the basis of the power that you have to create the circumstances in your life. So let me just open the camera so you can get to know me a little bit. And this is me. Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome Emma, Avelino, Elba, Julian, my dear friend. Julian, salut, thank you very much, and welcome. You just got into the mainstream of the message just at the beginning. And this is me. So we're gonna move on to some goals of this webinar. I hope you can have as well some pen and paper so that you can write some ideas. And I would like to set up just some goals of the webinar of today's masterclass. And then later on, we will move on to the presentation. Is that okay for you guys? Thank you very much for being here. First of all, really honored for you all to connect and to plug in. So deeply understand, first of all, let's deeply understand the power you have in every word you speak. And I mean that every single word you speak is just creating a certain connection between you and the reality. We are just operators of universal laws. Remember that. We begin as well to operate or to execute these laws as simple programs, and our words, every single word matters. Every single word is going to become a materialized event or situation in your life. That's the meaning of the word matters originally. Matter comes originally as well from a word in ancient Latin, which is mother, and which is the consciousness. So that in mind, our second goal is to refine those words, to refine your words every single time. If you're a person who sometimes complain about something, well, today is the day you stop complaining. Refine the level of your words. This is so important because usually we're paying attention to just 5 minutes, 10 minutes of our time, of our daily life, yes, into our mantra, into our affirmation time. But then the rest of the day, we just do not pay attention to that little complaint that came out of my mouth, to that little justification. I was late, but then I said, oh yeah, there was traffic. That is justifying, yes, something that was basically a mistake, and which is something to celebrate, not to justify, you see? So those little moments, it is those little moments where we're not really paying attention, conscious attention to mantra, affirmations, incantations, or conjures. Those are the moments where your words are really being propulsed, pushed forward, so that the moments that you're really unaware of the emotions in there, that's when your message comes in to the quantum universe. So let's be very, very, very careful with our words every single time. It is not those 5 minutes, it is not those 30 minutes, it is the whole time. I'm sorry to tell you this. This is bad news for you all, but we need to pay attention to every single second, because we never stop thinking, and we think in words. As I told you, once you learn the code, the linguistic code, then you're just thinking and imagining, and those images are translating immediately into words, and vice versa, your words into image. It's a very beautiful connection there. So discover as well, what you say constantly is conditioning, yeah, the reality, your brain, and the one of those around you. Can we affect the consciousness of others? Yes. The answer is yes. You will get to know, and you will get to understand why, okay? Then become fully aware of how, by pronouncing certain words, you can create the desired reality. Now, at the end of this presentation, oh, sorry. At the end of this presentation, we will get into just Q&A. We're going to be just for a little bit over an hour and 15 minutes. And then Q&A on affirmations, decrees, incantations, mantra, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to teach you just a little and very simple formula on how to create the perfect and infallible affirmation. It's very, very simple. You won't believe it. So what is this? Who is this webinar for? If you feel the call to improve your life in every aspect of it, that's for you. Business owners, entrepreneurs, oh my God, I need to respell that, who wish to improve their speaking skills and leadership. Remember, it is your words that have that impact on people. Yes, just like that. People who need to improve their love relationship as well, their communication. People who wish to find love of their life, to have a promising relationship as well. This is for you. This is for health, money, and love. That's all. Health, money, and love. Leaders and coaches who want to improve their message to their followers or to their customers as well. The message that you send out to the people who follow you, who deeply believe in you, remember, needs to be of total independence and total interdependence. For those of us who dedicate to therapy, helping others achieve their goals, it is very important that we reinforce through the message and through our words, yes, the sense of independence in everyone, the sense of power, powerfulness, okay? This is very important. Your words have everything to do with that, all right? If you need to improve your health due to any chronic disease, you see, these are just words. Chronic, or you just want to be permanently healthy, well, let's go for it. People who want to be in a community who talk about projects, talk about goals, talk about strategies, and how to achieve whatever we want, not about problems or gossip. So this is a community we're going to create actually, and the community you're just coming into right now. So the rules of this webinar is the system will work with your daily application of it. So today is word day. Today we pay attention to our words, but let me just tell you something. Face to face, okay? That's why I opened the camera again. Now, let me just tell you something, my dear friends. This is kind of a portal. Remember the portals, you know, the energetic portals, they tell us about, you know, the solstice and all of these portals, you know, where we're supposed to pay attention to our energy. And they tell us, today you will feel headaches. Today, this time you will feel, you know, a little bit unease. Damn it, I feel unease every single time, all right? I feel the urge to give more every single time. It is not a single portal. Let me tell you this. We are all creators of these portals every single time. The way we take advantage of this cosmic energy blows, all right, depends on us. So when those portals, for example, when the sun just is exploding in energy and is sending us, you know, more energy towards the earth, well, you better pay attention to your words, right? So let's not consider that very specifically because Venus is aligned with Saturn and that affects us. Damn it, let's not just take advantage of that day. Every single day, that's why your daily application of anything that you learn in life and you apply in life must be never ending until you get out of this physical world. That's it. It is a daily application. So this system requires your daily application. Today is word day, but if you're going to stop complaining today and tomorrow you're going to get back to it, let me tell you, it won't work. Okay? You agree, right? So let's move on to that. Every single day is important, not only on energetic gateways. Now, this is only for people who are committed to persist until they have their expected results. Now, I need to point out one important thing in there as well. Many people have come to me and tell me that their affirmations work, that whatever we saw in Metalanguage and we elaborated an ideal affirmation for each one. And then many people come and they say, they worked. Thank you so much. And it's 50-50, okay? 50% of the rest, they say, oh, no. This is BS. It doesn't work. You know, affirmations, I'm going to go back, you know, to success steps or whatever. Affirmations do not work. That's why I tell you, every single time, every single day, you must be connected to that story you're going to tell about yourselves. You're going to tell to the world about your life, about your health situation, about your money situation, finances, about your relationships. Every single time, we must insist and persist in our affirmations, and I will explain later on what that is exactly, in our affirmations, because they imply not only your words, they imply your beliefs, your attitudes, and most importantly, your habits, okay? So if you're going to, let's just say, pay attention to your words, your affirmations, not only those 5 minutes I was talking about, okay, but the rest of the time. And then tomorrow, you decide that it doesn't work. It's like getting into a meditation, feeling fulfilled, super abundant. And then after your meditation, you just go into your app of your bank and check your bank account. And then you say, hey, it's not there. The money is not there. You see, it doesn't work. All right. Now, people who think that way are too analytical of this. Now, I am asking you just a vote of confidence, vote of faith, leap of faith, actually, into getting that your words are the ones that are leading your beliefs, okay? And if you persist on a new belief you want to insert in your life, in your mind, even though at the beginning you don't buy it, by persisting on it, there is going to be a certain point when you hit that spot where you think and feel and then say and feel and know that this is true for you now. Okay? The name of the game is persistence. Remember that. For anything, any new belief you want to create, it is persistence. It is the job of your brain to say no to change. Okay? But you hear me out like that right now, coughing, all right? Yes? And it ain't stopping me, all right? Yesterday, I started feeling a little bit, this cough and everything. And then my mind was like, oh boy, tomorrow is your presentation. Pepe, you're screwed. And then another side of my mind said, holy cow, what do you mean you're screwed? Who are you? What are you? What are you? This little devil, who are you to talk to me like that? Don't you know who I am? I know who I am. I tell you who I am. Tomorrow I will prove it to you. And I'm here, okay? Persistence is the key. Never stop, no matter what comes forth into your life, all right? So after that, let's just move on to it. Take notes, please. And in the end of it all, please ask the questions. We're going to have it, all right? We're going to have the space. So let's move on to it. Now, some important data for today. Today, the general problems of human beings have not changed at all compared to the 20s. Now, I'm going to give you some information, and some of it will just blow your mind. All right? 97% of the world's population right now, still today, still do not have clear goals in life at all. Okay? Pay attention to this. The number, and this is something that blew my mind, still the number of rich and prosperous people in the world remains 1% of the world's population from the 1980s to present day. This is amazing, okay? This is not nice, okay? We need to change this, and your words will be able to lead the way. People are not even happier with the technological advancement and the comforts that this provides. Not at all, not today, and there must be something else that we need to pay attention to. People in general don't know exactly what they are passionate about in life. And this last word, I just need to clarify. The original word is passionate. I will explain you why in a minute, okay? Here we begin with Metalanguage. We have been told that passion is a great thing. But let me tell you the origin, of that word, okay? Later on. Let me just tell you that the actual word that I recommend you to use is passionate about life. To feel, instead of passionate, passionate with an A as a prefix, okay? I will later on get back to it. And if I don't get it, if I don't get back to it, ask me the question, okay? All right? So then, just a little bit about myself so that you can know how, and what I have done to be able to live my reality, live certain types of reality in my life, and then change it, transform it totally. Okay. I was born in Acapulco originally, in a very, very humble family, but hardworking family. My parents, they chose the business of pharmacies, to start this business, to set up pharmacies in their own, and they got very successful. As you know, even today, the pharma world still is very successful. All right. So my parents, they really worked hard to give us everything. Yes, everything. This is the old model. Everything they did not have. All right. So they just pushed and pushed and worked so hard. And then at some point, they wanted me to follow up, the business, to be still the owner of the business of their pharmacies. They got, as I told you, very successful, very prosperous. But my interest was simply not there. There was a time in which I had a terrible fever when I was 9 years old. And I remember that very clearly. And I just felt like I was disconnecting from this world. That's what I can tell you. The doctors later on, they told my parents that my brain was getting fried, just like with cooking oil, they said. So they didn't know how to lower the temperature. I had an amazing fever around 42 degrees Celsius. And they got really scared because they gave me all the medication, the pharmacological medication, and I didn't respond. So there was a moment in which my mother remembered, a home remedy of my grandmother's, my father's mother. And it was that little remedy, just home remedy, that saved my life. That's why I'm speaking to you right now. Actually, yes. Okay, there have been some other 2 stories about it, but that is the basic story that pushed me into believing, you see, believing, insert in my mind the belief that there was something else that could actually keep up my health, optimize it, and make it better, instead of just medication from the pharma world. So in that moment, when I was 9, just a simple home remedy by my grandmother saved my life. And this is why later on, when I became just a young adult, I just felt attracted to getting to know the world, to get to learn languages, to learn English, to learn French. And I specialized in languages. I started, a career in translation, interpretation. I loved it. But then just along the years, I spent 13 years dedicating to that. And I just couldn't stand myself. There was a moment in which I was totally rigid of my back. I couldn't bend, forward, not even a 30% in an angle. So I was terrible. I had a terrible temper. Many people just tolerated me. I was a great teacher. I need to point that out, but I was terrible in my social skills. All right. So I got sick every now and then. And every time it rained, I just got sick because of the imprint as a child as well, until one day I decided it had to change. So I went to Nepal. I just left everything. And I studied a massage diploma course, and I got to know traditional ancient Thai massage. All right. So I wondered, where can I learn this in its original version? So I learned that it was in India, and my Indian teacher, my first Indian and spiritual teacher, Rahul Bharti, he was living in Nepal. So I got in touch with this, and I just went there to study, and I started learning about the mind, learning about the psychosomatic process, learning about how the energy works by my teacher, Raul Bar. So from there, I just became very interested in the technique, in the therapy, and I just left everything else, all my old career, and changed it totally to teaching ancient massage around the world, to teach about energy, to teach about how to control the mind, how to control and conduct energy every single time in your life to create the life that you want, that you wish from your heart. And I have been able, I'm blessed to travel all over the world, around 4 continents, teaching and sharing knowledge with people in every single atmosphere, from every single office or jobs, doctors. Here is a congress for medical doctors in Mexico about biomagnetism with my friend, where I actually got to meet my dear friend Abelino and Elba, and I had the blessing of meeting them there. So I have been actually able to get to know wonderful people as well, just around the world, because of Metalanguage. So let's begin with this, okay? And let's move on to this. There we go. And I will just quote just a few of the verses in the Bible, not to get into religion. I will quote later on several other traditions in the world that mention the importance of your words to create your reality every single time. So this is John 1:1-2. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. The Word was God. Okay? Now, the image that you have in there, backing up the verse, all right, is a painting that actually alludes, yes, to the graces, yes? Something we say in Spanish, the way we say thank you in Spanish is gracias. And when we say gracias, we're referring to these 3 graces depicted here in this amazing painting. The graces are beauty, jubilee, okay, and joy. Beauty, jubilee, and joy. So when we say thank you, which, by the way, the word thank you comes from India as an Indo-European language. The word thank you comes from Dhanyavad in Sanskrit, which means all the supreme, all that is supreme, okay, is seen in this deed. Imagine this. This is so beautiful. Imagine the word thank you. You guys, Dhanyavad is the origin of thank you. And the graces is the origin of gracias in Spanish, okay? So basically, when a person is telling you thank you, and in Spanish we say gracias, and then you respond, usually de nada in Spanish. It's like saying in English, oh, you don't need to mention it, or don't mention it, or it doesn't matter. It's my job. People say that many times, yes, in English-speaking countries. When they are receiving actually the blessings of a Dhanyavad, thank you, meaning all the supreme is in this deed. All that is supreme, imagine that, it's so beautiful. All that is supreme in your spiritual world, in the material world, is in this deed that you have done for me, okay? When they say thank you, they are calling all the supreme, the invisible forces of the divine, the quantum world, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, same source, into saying, my God, the supreme is being shown by you. So this is just a word, you see, thank you, but it holds immense power when you get to understand what it means originally. Gracias should be answered like you guys answer. You're welcome. Bienvenidas tus gracias. You're most welcome to this place. Whatever you wish for me, when you say thank you, it is most welcome. This is an amazing way to respond, you see? This is for especially the English-speaking countries. With my friend Julien, for example, in French, we say de rien. It means like Spanish, de nada. So this is terrible. Why? Because you need to be recognizing that whatever you have done for anyone else, whatever you have done to serve anyone else, you're doing for you and is being led by all the supreme forces of the divine. Understand? So it is very important that even we need to start a movement, Julian, in changing, you know, this way of responding from the French-speaking countries as well. The rien, we need to forget about. Totally forget about that word. Forget it ever existed. All right? And then learn from the English. You're most welcome. Welcome to here. Okay? So this is just to begin with. Okay? Let's move on. In his time, Hitler, you know, this guy, he convinced many intelligent people with words. This is the power we have, my friends. I'm just going to mention this just for me to call the attention towards simple historical facts. He didn't use anything else but words to create amazing discourses, amazing speeches, so that millions of people were convinced about the war he wanted to start. Of course, the few were not convinced, and they created something different as well, or a different outcome in history, which is basically something as well, or a movement that was started by the few. But anyway, Gandhi as well, you pay attention to the example of Hitler, but I give you Gandhi as well. He convinced people in India from different beliefs, the Muslim, the Christians that were coming up, the Hindu, to join together so that they could free their country with just one single speech. It is very important for you to understand this. One single word can change anything at all right? And yes, here a note by my dear friend Julian. He doesn't say anymore de rien, he says avec plaisir. Yes, like the Colombians, right, my dear Emma? Colombians, I learned that from the Colombians. Whenever you say thank you, they say con gusto. Yeah, avec plaisir, with pleasure. All right, I'm serving you with pleasure. You see, it is an amazing change of words. And later on, I really want to open, you know, the microphone for everyone, because I need to interview you on that. Okay, Julian, everyone. Because when you start changing words, the world changes around you. Okay, you're conjurers, yeah, you're conjuring different circumstances. So when you say you change from de rien to avec plaisir, something clicked in the quantum field, and the circumstances for you change. Not for the ones who continue saying de rien or de nada, okay, or don't mention it, but for the other ones. So to say and to mention as well another great history character, Mandela as well conquered hatred with love and words. All right, didn't matter the so many years he spent in prison, he prepared when he got out. This is very important. It was all of them, all of these characters, they all convinced numbers, millions of people to not, either go to war or to promote peace. All right? It is very, very important for us to understand this. You have two choices, always. Yes, you choose. You choose to influence someone in the negative, or you choose to influence someone in the positive with your words. When you tell a child, you're so bad, you misbehave, Santa Claus is not going to bring you any presents, you're conditioning him into the negative. All right? All right? When you tell a child, hey, you are not supposed to do this, he misbehaved. Let's just say that. All right? Let's just change your attitude towards this. Let's just change. You're worthy of everything, but certain attitudes, my dear child, will bring you consequences. Then you're conditioning him into something else. All right? You're not just telling him that he's bad or whatever. You're just telling him that attitude matters. Okay? So, in that sense, let's move on. This is from Proverbs. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. And as an image in there, I just set you up for what is the center of what is called La Piedra del Sol, or the Mayan calendar, right? The Mayans were amazing teachers when they were in the peak of their culture, because later on they got lost. But in the peak of their culture, they showed, I don't know if you see it there clearly, later on I will just show it to you more clearly. But in the center of their Mayan calendar, or so-called calendar, is a certain being, a humanoid being, with an open mouth and the tongue outside. This is the center of the calendar. And from there, from the very center, comes everything else. Everything around it comes from this central being. So, meaning as well, the symbology of it is very clear. The Mayans as well stated that your word is creating the 4 paradigms of reality. 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Later on, we will talk about it in another occasion. But this is enunciated and taught by the ancient Mayans as well. Now, we go to the Hebraic and the Arabic traditions, and they have as well, a certain phrase, which is Aberah Davar, which means I create as I speak. This phrase currently is a phrase that is used very commonly, but whose origin is Aberah Davar, meaning I create every single thing as I am speaking. The phrase is used in magic. This is a very famous, and the phrase is abracadabra. Abracadabra has its origin in this phrase from the Hebrew tradition and the Arabic tradition. Aberah davar. I create as I speak. Okay? Dabar always invokes or evokes what is supreme in whatever you're saying. So they're teaching us, from every single angle that our words really, really matter. So basically, this image right now, this is from the Bhagavad Gita in India, all right, where chapter 26, more or less, I think it is chapter 26. There is, Bhagavad Gita says the story of Arjuna and Krishna, meaning humans, Arjuna, and the God, Krishna. And he's communicating with God all the time, all right? Asking him questions, asking him to solve his problems at some point. So God or Krishna, Lord Krishna, is helping him all the time. So one day, Arjuna, who is here, right? Look at the vector. He asked Krishna, he says, I want to meet you. I want to meet God. I want to see who you are, what you are like. I want you to appear to me and say who you are, because you're helping me all the time. You're listening to me all the time, and you're solving every single situation all the time for me. I need to know who you are. And Lord Krishna, he says, okay, let's get on with it. Let's get personal. It's like a blind date, remember? Remember Match.com and all those? Well, it's like that, okay? And then he shows up before Arjuna. And he doesn't show up as, a guy with a, dressed in white and long beard, white beard, and floating in the air and saying, no, not at all. Not in another god or another personification of God in India. He shows up, that's the image, in the chauffeur, in the driver. Okay? Meaning, who is God? The Bhagavad Gita tells us and opens up already the answer to the big mystery. Who is God in the universe? God is your driver. And you, in this physical world, are in this carriage. Yes? Your carriage is there. This is your life. And your driver is going to direct you and take you where? What do drivers do? Uber drivers, taxi drivers, bus drivers, they have a route, right? But the taxi drivers or Uber drivers, they take you wherever you tell them to. This is God. The Bhagavad Gita is very clear. This ancient and very ancient, and I mean thousands, more than 2,000 years old story, yes, tells us exactly who God is, who the divine is, the quantum field is, the source is. The key to creation then is pay attention to what you say, but as well, pay attention to what you listen to. It's very, very important. So, sorry. This is as well to tell you that in several traditions, this is from Isaiah, just read it very carefully. You will notice that in every single tradition, they have told us that our energy, that the energy is at our disposal, yes? Every single part, every single aspect of the energy in the world is for us to use. And that once we learn this linguistic code, we learn to define what we wish in life, what we desire in life with words, then we're imprisoning them, imprison these circumstances into those. For just as rain and snow fall from heaven and do not return without watering the earth, making it bud and sprout, and providing seed to sow and food to eat, so my word that proceeds from my mouth will not return to me empty, but it will accomplish what I please, and it will prosper where I send it. Okay? This is from the Old Testament. And let's just say, let me just explain what you will see as well in the ebook once we get it in this month, the 22nd December. The name of the game is persistence, like I said. Okay? But as well, let's go through. The name of the game is persistence, but your only goal is to assume the best outcome, always. Assume the best outcome. Whatever your goals are, whatever your dreams are, it doesn't matter the obstacles that show up in your face, in your life, that come before you and materialize before you, that doesn't actually matter. What really matters, what will materialize your outcome, is that you persist and you have very clear, very clear your wish and your desire. This is the only key, all right? This is the actual meaning of affirmation, okay? The actual meaning of affirmation is what I'm telling you now. If you have a clear goal, your clear dream, you wish for it, you feel it within you, in your heart, you say, oh my God, I don't want to be in charge of pharmacies, you know, I want this, I want to get to know the world, I want to travel. This was my dream, you see? I want to travel the world. I want to learn about cultures. I want to learn why, you know, we speak the way we speak. Yes? If there is certain similarities between us, Mexicans, you know, speaking Spanish-speaking countries, and other people who speak different languages. That was my dream. So this was my affirmation, all right? Not the one I woke up to and I said, oh yeah, by the divine, I open the gates, you know, of the universe so that great abundance comes into my life today. That's it. I said so. So be it. That's not my affirmation. That's an idea, of course. That's an invocation. But my affirmation is, hell, but now I'm going back to my reality. You see, I'm telling myself a different story now. Not the one of my supposed invocation. My actual affirmation is how I feel about my life right now. What I feel, yeah, my goals are for real, for me. What I feel that I want to create and give to this world to enrich it. This is the actual affirmation, okay? So basically, your only goal, depending on your affirmation, meaning your very clear dream, whatever you want to achieve, okay, is to assume the best outcome. Assume the best, because our brain is trained into assuming the worst all the time, because it is trained like that. It is programmed like that. We need to actually practice being happy all the time. It's a question of practice. Yes. They said in a book, happiness needs to be gained. All right. So you need to assume the best. Train your mind into assuming the best. So how do we do it? This is going to be through meta-language. Now we're getting into the topics. We're getting into the topics and the chapters of the ebook. First of all, we need to pay attention that there are some power verbs. All right. I number here just 4 of them. And this is just like this. These power verbs, when you say order, when you say demand, when you say affirm, when you say command, you can add those to your affirmations or to your invocations, and then start just filling your life with those meanings. What do I mean by this? You go to a restaurant and you order something. Is that right? The waiter comes, the waitress comes, and then you just make an order. So the waiter, the waitress writes down what you want to eat, lunch, dinner, and it is brought to you. It is the same thing with the universe. But this is one thing. When you add, for example, the word order into a daily affirmation, right? I command you, I order you. Imagine you're in the military, right? I order you to dissolve whatever situation in there, whatever situation comes up in there. All right? I order you to dissolve, to not be on the way. Who are you? I order you. I demand, yes, I demand what I wish for and what I imagine into my life right now. I am doing what I'm supposed to do, what I must do every day. God, quantum field, source. So I'm doing my part. Do yours. I know you will do it. So I'm open to it. I'm thankful and I'm ready. I demand from it. Yes. We need not to be aware or to be fearful using this language with God, the universe, or this source of energy, because we are it. When you're telling these words, when you're demanding something, when you're affirming something, which is for you, and you say, it's for me, no one else will have it but me, and I will do it. And I will do this to serve the whole world. And I'm commanding, I'm affirming myself into this belief that something is for me, all right? Then I am leveling up, yes, to the level of my wish. Your wish is here, up here, all right? And then you're here. You haven't seen it materialized, so you're here, all right? But then you need to be very, very firm into the belief that this idea of yours, this goal, this dream is for you, and you want it, you desire it. More than want is desire. Desire means to dignify, because it comes from dignify, outside. Sir, you know the word sir in English? Hello, sir. How are you, sir? Yes? Sir is the way you speak to someone you revere. Is that so? Okay? Somebody supreme, somebody in an upper level. Desire comes from that. Okay? You're dignifying what you want in the outside. Meaning, all your wishes and goals and desires, you need to accomplish. You have no choice. You have no choice. If you have imagined it, whatever you have imagined for you, you must collapse it into your reality. It is your duty. Remember that. But to do that, you need to be really communicating with the universe, not from not from a submissive, kind of role. You have to be up to it, like negotiating with it, like one-on-one, one-to-one, same level, because you are it. Whatever you're representing and whatever is materializing in your world is reflecting your internal connection. Is that right? Yes? Whatever is presenting to you every single time before you, it represents, yeah, and it reflects your internal connection and your internal story. So we must not be afraid of communicating to this source of energy, just like on the same level of frequency. Not being servile, and praying for it, because this is the second part, okay? There are going to be verbs that empower you, to be able to communicate with this source of energy. It is very important for the materialization of your dreams. But you need to be empowered. You need to speak at the same level. This is what I mean by the power verbs. You come to a restaurant, you order. You hop into a taxi, you order. Yes? There is something wrong with the service on the other side. You demand an answer. You don't go sweetly. Yes? You just go with character, you see? You have to show up the lion, the lioness, when you have to show it. You see, you demand, you affirm your position. This is the same thing with the universe. All right. That's why you will see some power verbs and some other verbs that are weakening your position towards what you're asking for. So important, my friends. Okay. So this is the first thing that you will see in the book. The next thing that I consider as well very important is power declinations or conjugations, basically. Here, what you will have, for example, power declinations are going to be the present tense, the imperative, and the past tense, for example. Every single idea, every single wish that you have, say it in present tense. Okay? Say it in present tense. How come? I don't say, we're going to be better. We're going to be better. Oh, it'll be better next year. Okay? Why? Because the tense, all right? The tense, meaning declination, the conjugation of every single time, yes, is actually projecting your wish, your desire, either into the future, all right? But if you keep conjuring the future is always ahead of you. Remember that. So we need to bring forth the future to where? Whatever I imagine I will have sooner or later, but I don't know when. Okay? So I need to set up in my mind the perfect time of God. Yes? And I go back to the Greeks now. The Greeks, they used to say that there were three timelines. One was chronos, the chronic time, where chronic disease comes from. Yes? That was all the time going to be like that, just a flat line. Another one, which is a circle time in a circle, which is kairos. They call it kairos, which is when you come back to a situation you had before, you're doing in a circle time. You see, kairos. We all had the same problem, in couples, in money, in health, right? We have all gone back in a circle to a certain kind of attitude and to say certain kinds of words, but we didn't pay attention to those seeds, but we pay attention to the outcome. But undoubtedly, we have gone back in a circle into the past, reinforcing that attitude, reinforcing those words, reinforcing those thoughts. So that is the circle time. And there was a third time, which was for the Greeks, the perfect time, the most perfect of all. All right, you ready? Yes, eon. It was called eon, and it was present. Every single time, when you want to travel to the past or to the future, you do it in present, right now. The time of God, or the godly time for the Greeks, was called eon, and it was always now. Not tomorrow, not next year, not within 5 years or 10 years, now. So, every single declaration you give, affirmation you give, saying like you have goals, yes? Saying next year, I want to accomplish this. No. Forget about want to, okay? Like, who do I need? The perfect question for this is, who do I need to be right now? How do I need to feel right now so that I can imagine that outcome, and that outcome is collapsed faster than usual. All right? And those changes in your biochemistry, you can do them now. All right? You can do them right now. You don't need to have or be in the perfect couple relationship to be happy. Feel happy right now. Something will make you happy right now. Something can make you happy right now. So, present tense, every single affirmation you say or mantra, do it in present tense, but wait a minute. Do it in present tense, but recharge the feeling as well in present tense. Don't wait to have the object, all right, forgetting about the subject. Okay? Do not wait to have the object, forgetting about the subject that commanded it from the universe, all right? Always the present tense. Instead of next year, I will have 10,000 followers in Instagram. No. It's like, forget about next year. You say, what can I give to my audience right now, you know, as valuable for their lives today? We need to ask different questions, okay? We need to really be asking and be putting out there different affirmations. What can I give of great value to my audience today, right now? Present tense, okay? That way, I just come to another tense, which is the imperative. Hey, bring me that pen. Hey, open the door for me, please. This is imperative. You're ordering, you see? Universe, God, Christ, Buddha, come on, open the path for me. That's it. These obstacles are nothing but illusion. I know that. So do your job. You see? It's like that, my friends, okay? It's like that. We need not to be afraid to speak to the divinity in the same level of terms, right? You are no less, you are no more. You are it, okay? Whenever I speak to you with great respect, all right? But with great contundency, with great, imperativeness, that you have the power. You've got the power, all right? So I'm actually being imperative in the way I speak many times, but because I know that I'm commanding, like in a restaurant, I'm commanding what I need to have as a dish right now. And then another power declination is the past tense. This is very, very interesting. And in the ebook, I will leave some space so that you can write, for example, and I will tell you what this chapter is going to be about. We use the past tense, for example, when you tell the story of your life. Imagine you're at the end of your physical life. All of you, okay? And you just write your memoirs, okay? And then you start with, I am thankful. God, oh my God, universe, whatever, great kahuna, hakuna matata, whatever you want to call it. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful because I achieved blah, 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 blah. I achieved this. I got to be like that. I got to help a lot of people, achieve their reality. I got to, oh my God, I got to immense levels, of meditation and communication with you. I served you. I have served you. I feel in my heart that I have served you well. I have served you at the level of who you are, the one who created me. Imagine writing those words. You write in past tense, and there is proof that the people who write a life book of their lives, of their experience, and what they want to experience in the past tense, they have conditioned the quantum field, because when you write it, yes, you're conditioning subconsciously your mind. And then this goes out there, bam, and that's it. All right. So this is something I totally recommend in the book for you to do. Very, very important. Power declinations, and declination means collapsation. All right. Collapsing there. Okay. Hey, great to see you, Julian. Great. Hi. So later on, another very important part of the way we speak, syntax, or what we call in Spanish, syntaxis. This is the power of order. This is just a simple phrase. For example, she left happily changes totally when you say happily, comma, she left. You see the difference? Do you realize about the difference? She left happily or happily she left. Oh my God, she left. Charlie Harper speaking about their lovers, his lovers, you know, that program, that show, long time ago. All right. Happily she left, or happily, you know, a couple finally say about the daughter. Oh my God, happily she left. Now we have the time for our own, blah, blah, blah. The syntax is very important because the way you arrange the words in your sentences, yeah, is going to be as well the outcome. So we need to really pay attention to that, okay? This is the power of order. You're ordering, yes, just the way it's going to come, okay? Now, this is another side, and here comes the emotion, okay, which is the intonation, all right? It is not the same thing if I tell you, oh, you know, well, I'm very excited to be here and sharing this information with you. I hope you enjoy. Okay? Now let's get to it. Hell, what the hell is that? Forget about it. This guy is teaching what? What is it called? Meta language? Meta what? He's dull, you know, he's bored. All right? Instead of, man, I'm sharing this with you, so excited, you know, I see you, and then I said, oh my God, Avelino, Julien, I see you there, je te vois, my God, you know, you feel me right now, you feel me, in spite of my, you know, congestion here, you know, you feel me? This is the way I want it, this is the way I feel it. My intonation, whenever you are speaking, whenever you're saying your affirmations as well, all right, you need to make it with emotion. Yeah, Tony Robbins called this incantations, you know, not just to say it, but to feel it and yeah, go there, go into a peak state, the way he calls that. All right. Now, the words give direction. Remember this and write this down. The words give direction to your wish. They clarify what you want, what you desire better. Okay, better said. But the emotion gives the push into the quantum field. No emotion, you can tell the words, they will come eventually, but this is the speed of emotion. The emotion will accelerate the process through the grace, through the perfection of the universe, not in your way, but it will speed it up, okay? Very important to keep the intonation super high. Keep your emotion super high, okay? Then, this is going to be seen as well in the book. I will specify very clearly as well. Now, common expressions as well. And this is the prison of 99% of the world, okay? Common expressions, common sayings, or proverbs all right? They're going to be definitorial into your outcome all the time. It is very important for me to say this. For example, common expressions like, all right, like you say in Spanish, hey, how are you? Well, we are here, which is cool, which is good. This is just a habit of expression, all right? In Spanish we say, ¿cómo está? Pues estamos, que es ganancia. Okay? Many people respond that way. Yes, Avelino?
Hey, my friend, I need to leave right now. I had to go.
I'm actually recording
yes.
it. I will send later on the video once I have it on the platform.
Okay. All right. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Avelino. Bye-bye.
Be in touch. Bye-bye.
Be in touch. Bye. So, your common expressions, you know, the ones that you are known by, are defining as well the circumstances. Oh, okay. For example, if every day you're telling yourself the same story of, oh my God, I'm going to the job again, of, oh my God, once again, it's Monday, damn it. This becomes a habit and this becomes your common circumstance, all right? So 99% of the world population are still, you know, like prisoners of simple sayings, simple things they're saying every single time about their life, about their daily life. You need to pay attention to what you say every single moment. That's why I say no 5 minutes, no 30 minutes compared to 16 hours or 12 hours of bad speaking. Okay? It's very important. Hey, Yost! Yost is there as well. Hey, happy to see you here, my friend, too. Yeah? Since when? You've been there for how long?
Hi, Pepe. I've been here about 10 minutes or
oh, okay,
something.
okay.
But
Right.
I was late, sorry. I have to do some things here, so yeah.
Well, welcome. Welcome, Yost. Oh my God, I love to have you guys here. All right? So then we need to pay attention to what we say every single time. Whatever you say when you wake up. And then if you develop the habit of telling yourself that story, and it is a bad story, my dear friends, change it. Change the story. Start changing the story. And I don't know how, this is the universe that is in charge of that. But then you just start changing that story in the morning before you go to bed. Many people have as a habit as well to go through the problems they have to solve tomorrow, the problems they had today, and you know how the people, you know, were so difficult today. They go through that the last 5 minutes of their day before they go to sleep. Change that. We need to change what's common in the story you're telling yourself every single time. This is what I say, common expression. It's going to be shown to you outside so that you can realize what you're saying in the inside. You know that? Yes. I need you to really get to that, get to this point, to this point where you change the story. We need to change what's common to create what's different. Okay? Very important. So, for next, the body movement as well. All right? This is a system of communication, the meta language, that implies the motion. All right? The motion, which actually is giving place to creation. All right? Now, let us just go into motion right now. All right? Let's just go into there. change a little bit. I want you to stand up if you're able to do that. If you're able to stand up, shake your body off a little bit. Yes, shake your body up and down. Yes, and let's get into the Wonder Woman position. Okay, yes, just like that. Okay, see me? Just do it like this. Open your legs, hands on the waist. Yes, and looking into the horizon. Yeah. Okay, be there. Now, imagine this position held 3 minutes, and the neuroscientists, they have proven that 3 minutes of this power position will make your brain create biochemistry of success, all right? Of happiness, dopamine, serotonin, you name it, all right? Just held 3 minutes. What if during those 3 minutes, I enrich as well my position with a nice story? You see that? If I combine thought, word, and motion, check this out. Thought, words, and motion, I will change the emotion and my words. That story I'm telling myself is going to become clearer to the universe or the quantum field so that it can create circumstances for me to take advantage of. You see that? That's why the body movement is so important. Yes, but holding a position that lifts up and creates good biochemistry. All right? Now, you with me? Okay. Let's move on. Now, the next aspect is going to be the contact. Physical touch is going to be the ultimate art of manifestation. Okay? Now, in this one, I know that during this time of pandemic and all that, we have been forbidden to touch, to hold each other. All right? I say do the opposite. Okay? If the official, let's just say, command is don't touch, I say let's move on to touching each other, holding each other. Why? Because the physical touch is as important as the very life that you have. You didn't have the linguistic code at the beginning. You had the touch of your parents, or the touch of the person who raised you, all right? You had the physical contact in the beginning, and it communicated you something, all right? It communicated you with emotion. It welcomed you or it rejected you. You see how important contact is? Physical touch is the ultimate art of manifestation. If you stop touching people, you can touch people with your words, by the way, okay? But if you stop that, then you're stopping connection with the world, all right? So it is very important for us all to go back to whatever the ancient they taught us about massage, about physical touch, about sexual connection, of course, upgraded, you know, like high sacred sexual connection, which was taught by the ancient Indians. Contact is the ultimate art of manifestation. You will see later on in the Sephiroth of the Judaic tradition, how it is so important the touch, okay? So the last one, which is going to be orthography. Now, usually, and in Spanish and in English, I have seen people writing, and many during these recent times, not paying attention to the orthography, not that much. And this is an important question. Why don't you connect the original meaning of your orthography? Orthos means structure, over which everything else is built. Okay? Graph is what you write, what is written in your life for you and for all the people. Why don't we pay attention to something, yes, that is actually telling us that holds the structure of whatever we say in the world in written? You see? To me, if you have orthographic mistakes in whatever language you speak, then pay attention to them. Why? Because internally and subconsciously, you will start driving your attention to the importance of your structure. Anything that gives a solid structure in your life to achieve your dreams. This is a proposition in the book. Pay attention to your orthography because it is the basic structure of matter, all right? The basic structure of what you want to collapse into your life from the quanta. Yes? Paying attention to your orthography will bring you back to the original program that gave all the importance to the structure that supports everything that is created. This is how much important your orthography is. All right. I will mention it as well. I mentioned it in the book as utmost important. But then here we come with the practical part. Then what do I say? All right. Now, the best way to make affirmations is the simplest. With this, we're going to end the presentation for today. You have a problem. Imagine a problem there. The problem is debt with a bank. What would be the simplest solution? Okay, you just put it that way, you know, on left column, problematic or situation, if you want to name it in a different way, situation, and the solution. So then with the bank, the simplest solution is it's paid. Now from those facts, yeah, in my mind, I make my affirmation, I make my sentence, and I sentence the world, I sentence the universe. You know, like in a trial, I sentence you to never-ending abundance in life. All right? Now my sentence comes, I, and then your name, I'm totally free of the idea of debts. Okay? Now, this is very important. I am totally free of the idea, not of debts, of the idea of debts. All right? Why I point you out into this situation? Because if there is no idea of debt, if there is no idea or thought of lack, of scarcity, if there is no idea of danger, if there is no thought or attention into there is not opportunities for me, if there is no idea of doubt, all right, then you cannot collapse that reality into your life. Only people who believe in debts create debts in their lives. Only people who believe in debts create debt. Only people who worry all the time and they believe there is dangers everywhere, they collapse circumstances for them or the people around them, yes, that will reproduce that idea. And the idea needs to be what? Persistent, all right? Reinforced every time. Like right now, for my dear friends there in Europe, okay? Remember what story you pay attention to, okay? Now there is a new story of a new breed, yeah, of that coronavirus, right? Oh, the other one is controlled now. Oh, yeah, hell, hallelujah. But hey, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Don't relax. Don't enjoy life. No. We are going to direct your attention into a problem, a bigger problem, because the new breed is way more dangerous. You see that? Do you see how we come back, to a story, to the masses? It's just that if you get this only, yes, a story to the masses, and us within our homes reproducing that story, talking about it, yes, sharing it with friends in Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Oh my God, there is a new breed, look at that. And we don't pay attention to the big pink elephant in the room. It's you, your story, reinforcing the information from the outside. Information. Information means knowledge you let in your mind that forms your world in the physical way. Pay attention to this. This is total meta language. Okay? Total meta language. The story they're telling us outside, if you reinforce it and talk about it and pay attention to it, we are the ones that are collapsing the results. I need you to really understand this. I become very passionate about it, really, because they know us, they know you, they know your power. That's why they feed us with these pieces of information. The rest is done by our own minds. We need to understand that. But don't pay attention. This is word day, okay? Today, shut off the news portals. Go there. Go to your garden. Go to enjoy a meal, with yourself, with couples, wherever you are. Enjoy your life. If the meal is not perfect, don't complain about it. Just enjoy the perfection of imperfection. All right? Stop paying attention to the negative today and tomorrow, please. Don't worry about it, because you're planting these seeds today. Within a few hours, within a few minutes, your results will show. Just like that. The moment we stop in massive way, okay? The moment we stop paying attention to what we're being fed of information, yes, then that's the moment we will start going back to creating our reality in our own terms. Okay? It is all the idea that is incepted within your mind. Always like that. Okay? So, acts of magic that I recommend. Tip better. Okay? Acts of meta language. Tip. Always remember to pay yourself first. Always remember to, you get extra money and you want something for you that you, for example, you hadn't bought jeans in a long time, new jeans, a new pair of jeans, go get them. That's it. Don't think twice. Put yourself in the first place as well, every now and then. Stay away from people just gossip, tell you bad news, criticize, complain all the time. Friends that come over to your house and they want to tell you the latest news about the COVID. Fuck them up, out of your house. Browse out there. Don't stay near them. Get together and support people with projects, goals, dreams that will enrich us all. Get together with people that will talk about projects, how they're going to change this world right now. Okay? Walk your talk. All right? If you say you're going to do something, do it. Keep your promises. All right? If you say you are, a certain kind of person, then be that. Okay? That's the way it is. I said, I promise you, I was going to be here right now, and doesn't matter the circumstances. I'm here, my friend. All right? I'm coughing, yeah, and I'm just decongesting right now. That's it. It's cool. It's going to go. All right? Celebrate your smallest achievements. All right? Achievements with an E there. I should go back to my structure. Celebrate your smallest achievements. Many times we're just expecting to celebrate the big goal achieved, and it doesn't work that way. All right? The smallest achievements have the quantum, yes, level of energy to accelerate the big achievement. This is the way it works. The quantum field doesn't deny the importance of the smallest particle in the reality. It is the same. It has the same size. So don't minimize any small step that you give into the conquest of your being. All right? Celebrate all the time. Be orderly. If you're going to command the universe for a certain outcome in your life, then come back to order within your atmosphere. All right? If you're going to order something to the universe, become orderly in your universe, in your micro universe. It represents the macro universe. All right? So pay attention to that. Listen to your self-talk. It'll give you amazing information on what you must do to triumph in life. And in the self-talk, the self-talker in you is telling you like, oh no, this is not a good idea. Don't do that. No, it's not a good business. How are you going to do that? How are you going to achieve this? You have always been lazy or whatever. That's your information. You just grab the information needed to overcome a certain attitude that is being dictated by this duality. Yes, those are keys. Those are really, really, this is gold information, golden information for you to become a Superman or a Superwoman. All right. And then I just finished by these other verses. Jesus answered, this is from Matthew 4:4. It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. And guys, you are God. Okay? Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds. And to the one who knocks, the doors will be open. Matthew. And this is one of my favorites from what they used to call the Lost Gospel of Thomas. When you make the two one, and when you make the inside like the outside, and the outside like the inside, and the above like the below, then will you enter the kingdom. Oh my God, I love this. When you unite, you join right hemisphere and left hemisphere, and they become one, that's it. Stop the analytical mind, see the only possibilities. That's it. When the outside, when you recognize that the outside was created by the inside, you made it one. Okay? When you are the bridge between what's above, your idea, and what's below, what is manifested, you have become one. Then you will enter the kingdom of creation every single time. Okay? So, your word is a lamp for my feet, light on my path, and this is what I was telling you about. The Sephiroth, the Judaic, esoteric side, of energy, and heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. In the 11th Sephiroth, you see that there is the idea. Then there's a process. You know, the part in red here, the process of this esoteric model of the world from the Judaic tradition tells you that it all begins up here, but you have to manifest it here. Yes? Down here. The red is the idea, then you come and here in Yesod, you find the sexual sacred union. So important as well, contact. But the sacredness of it, there's a process for that, all right? And now it's your turn to start blessing. Here's what I was telling you about what is called the Mayan calendar, or La Piedra del Sol, the sunstone, where you see, a being in the center with the open mouth and the tongue outside. And from there, from this center, everything else outside is created. Oh, sorry. Everything else outside is being created all the time. So this is your words. This is the importance of you and the power that you have, my dear friends, to collapse anything you think of, anything you say persistently, anything you feel and connect with every single time. It is a universal connection with you, yes, and your results. And thank you so much. So we open the micro so that we can ask questions. Yeah, and just give me a moment so that I can blow my nose a little bit. Give me just a moment, okay? It's being recorded. This is the actual Pepe, yeah? Just give me a minute. I will just pause it just for a minute. There we go. Okay. For a passionate, oh my God, I love this word. This comes from Greek, okay? Once again, the Greek and the Latin and the Indian, the Indian side of languages, Sanskrit, Hindi, Pali, they have given origin to our languages in general, okay? Even Dutch, that my friend Joe speaks, okay? Even Dutch is an Indo-European, but Indo, let's not forget about the Indo part, okay? So in this case, as well, Greeks, they gave birth to many words, yes? And one of them was passion, all right? Which, okay, you will get it, and I will explain you probably the ones who speak Spanish are going to understand it faster, right? But I will explain it to the rest. So, passion in Greek comes from a word, yes, which is mentioned or pronounced moros. Moros is passion. And moros, for the Greeks, yes, were three passions. Three passions that distance you, that made a distance or put you away from actual agape. Agape is love. Okay? This is very beautiful, okay? I can tell you this. Oh my God, I'm getting a little bit emotional because the ideas are coming. But wait a minute. Let me just rearrange them. I tell you this way. Love has been proven mathematically today, mathematically proven that this idea of love, this energy of love is the one sustaining our whole universe to start with, okay? So passions, yes, the Greeks taught us, they send you away from love. And the passions were three for them. Passions, okay, moros, all right? The passion was attachment. When you feel attached to something, to someone, that cannot be love, okay? That cannot be love. Attachment means you need to detach, all right? From, even in goals, you need to detach from the end result, all right? So that you can collapse it better. That's the way it works, okay? So if you feel passionate about something, you feel attached to the end result, all right? And if it doesn't come out the way you expected it, you get frustrated. You see that? You see why they said that? You said like, yeah, we got it, but it was not what I imagined, you see? And shoot, you just broke away from love, from the perfection of love. Yes? So this is passion number one. Passion number two is very clear, hatred. That's the second passion. Because the nature of hatred and love is to turn you into it the more attention you give to either of them. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. You see, a person who hates their own gods, their own world, their reality, yes, and pays attention to it, all right, creates more of it because the universe loves this person so much that wants that person to realize what he or she is creating. Oh my God, don't you think it's beautiful? Don't you think it's so beautiful? My God, tears come to my eyes right now because it's so beautiful. The universe is always telling us with what comes forth, it's telling us to refine ourselves, to refine our way of being. Always, always, always. Never forgetting who you truly are. It is the universe, the only one, the one who created you, who knows who you are because it created you. So it must know who you are. Never forget. We forget. We tend to forget. We tend to think that we are this, accumulation of flesh and bone and mistakes, and that I'm not worth it, that I'm, that I have to comply, that I have to be sufficient enough for something and not more than that. The universe never forgets. So many times, many times we hate instinctively and unaware of it, we hate our results. We hate who we are, unconsciously, probably. You see, we don't accept the perfection of who we are right now. And we are perfect. We are all perfect. This is totally the opposite of the idea of what we've been sold in the past time, probably. We're all perfect, and every single moment is perfect for you to become more than you are. To get more, to get near, and to get close, and to become that original program of the perfection of you as God, goddess. Yes, creator of your world. So that's number one, all right? Okay, sorry, that's number two. Number one and number two, all right? The third passion for the Greeks, third passion was ignorance. Yes, ignorance. In many ways, okay? It was so amazing, this culture, when they were in the peak as well of the culture, the Greeks were, oh my God, amazing masters and teachers. Ignorance, why? Because you make a mistake. You have an obstacle before you. You have a dream, you have a goal, and then you come across an obstacle. And then many people, they fall for it, all right? They fall for the obstacle. They pay attention more to the obstacle than their thirst or hunger to become more, to become this original version of the universe that you came to be. So you pay attention to the obstacle, and then you say things like, you see, this means that probably my goal is wrong. That probably what I want is not meant for me. You see what you say? You realize of the story you start telling yourself? When indeed the obstacle is just trying to do one thing, squeezing you, squeezing out of you the last bit of ego, deceit from your mind. Okay? The other one, you ignore this, right? You become ignorant of this fact. So you stop. I've met many people with great goals, great business ideas, and they stopped because one obstacle came forth them. And then someone else had the same idea of the same business, and they went on and on, persisted, they became successful. And they turned out with a new business idea after the obstacle came forth. You see, many times, probably the idea that we have, we're attached to it, and it must come forth. But just like me, I thought that my life was languages. I thought that my main passionate interest was languages and culture and all that. And it was in the first place. But then from there, I met marvelous people. I came acquainted with this wonderful world of spirituality, and I just became passionate of it. I said, oh my God, this is why. This is why. Everything else that I lived, the time that I met you, YOU.See, Nepal, the time that I met you, Julian, in Thailand, the time that I met you, Emma, in Bogota, in Colombia, every single person that we meet in our lives, yes, it's just enriching the story, remember this, enriching the story we are telling ourselves of who we are actually deciding and choosing to be. There is no destination that is written for you but by your own hands. Remember this. There is no destiny. Destiny, you know the meaning of destiny is what corresponds to your merit. This is the original meaning of destiny. Destiny is not something that someone else wrote and that you are supposed to be that. You choose all the time. So that's passion number 3, ignorance. So when you want to feel love, and the Spanish speakers will understand this, when you want to experience love, the original word of passion was moros, remember? And in Spanish, the word for love is amor. Amor comes from Greek, yes? And when Greeks, they say no passions, just love, they put a prefix before the moros, and they say amoros. So the word amor in Spanish, love, comes from Greek. Amoros, my friend. It's beautiful, right? It's so beautiful because amoros means experiencing the truth of love without passions, without attachment, without hatred, without ignorance. Yes? Once you know that, then you can experience love for everything, even the obstacles, even the conflicts in couple, even the fights, yes, even the divorces, even the breakups, even the everything is so constructing your original version of you, yeah, because you needed to deconstruct the program. You see, so beautiful, because this is the vision of Greeks. This is the vision of amoros. This is the vision of passionate. Passion, yes, is another word. But if you put a prefix, passion, we say it in Spanish, apasionado. In apasionado, when we say apasionado in Spanish, we're actually referring to amoros as well, with no passions. So that's why I recommend you change totally. Instead of live with passion, like my dear Tony Robbins says, my dear mentor, but I need to change that in him as well. He hasn't heard this information. So it is live with a passion, okay? Live with love, live with energy. You change it, but live passionately. No passions, no attachment, no hatred, no ignorance, just love. Oh my God. I mean, if you got this, if I got the explanation right, oh my God, I will be very thankful. All right. So, any other questions? There you go, Julian. Yes, man, thank you. Persistence, okay. Emma, do you have any ideas on how we can be more, okay, more persistent? Okay, explain a little bit more. Please, can you talk to me? In what situation?
Just in our, so you said like sometimes people have very big goals, but they'll give up at the first obstacle. How do we know when we should be persistent or when it is just a change of direction?
Okay.
Right.
Yes, it is very, very interesting. Okay. For example, I can tell you my story, part of my story. I was 13 years dedicated to languages, okay? And it was what I thought was my passion at the time, my passion, okay? I attached to it. I said, this is my way out, this is my way to success. And along the run, it was awful. I felt terrible. I paid attention to my classes and to my class to give them the best version so that they could learn English or French, yes? But I felt terrible, right? I was rigid. I was so rigid in my mind that my body reflected it. So then at some point, before I came into this first massage world and then spiritual world, spiritual teaching and all that, learning, I quit. I wanted to quit, right? So I quit. And then I received my payment, you know, for so many years of service, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, someone called me, an old friend from the same organization called me. And he told me, hey, he had left the organization or that university where I used to work for so many years because he thought it was garbage, okay? I didn't realize at the moment. So I was there in the garbage, okay? All right. So he had left like years ago. And then later on, he just came back to visit and we said, hi, everyone. And then he talked to me. He said, hey, I want you to come and work with me because I'm in a new school. It was a school of elite in Mexico City. Let me just tell you this way. To this school, only the children of the government elite in Mexico go to. That's how elite it was. Like only the elite of the people. And then this guy, this friend, he's actually from France too. He said, hey, I want you to come teach French, you know, to kids who are between 6-year-old and 9-year-old. And then I thought like, oh my God, I've never worked with kids. No, 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 no. I said no in the first place, but then I just jumped into it. All right. The moment I wanted to quit teaching, here comes the guy with the biggest opportunity of my life. Great pay, you know, amazing benefits. Oh, no, 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 amazing, Emma. It was like heaven on earth for a teacher, you know, just like getting like detached. Yes, I was earning more than teachers in the USA in their best version. You see? So I said, I'm gonna go with you. So I spent 1 year working there under the best circumstances ever in my life. Yes, because I needed that so much. Before, imagine 2 hours to commute to my workplace and then 2 hours to commute to my home again. 4 hours of my life in just commuting in Mexico City, the monster that is Mexico City. All right. When I was there, 5 minutes to my workplace. 5 minutes. Being treated amazingly great by the staff, by everyone in the direction, you know, having these benefits. Oh my God, it was amazing. And then my experience with kids, who I started seeing, oh my God, these guys are teachers, you know. When did I forget to be like that? God damn it, you know. And that year was the best year of my life in that career, but I had already made up my mind. Yes, so I quit that job too. And I thank everyone. And they said, this is beautiful, because the directors, you know, the other teachers, they said, stay. You know, it was very, very tempting. The kids, it was the, oh my God, it was so difficult, because the kids, the 9-year-olds, the 6-year-olds, they said, are you gonna be with us here next year, teacher? Oh my God, I was like suffering, you know, like, oh no, don't do this to me, all right? Because I've chosen to get to understand myself, because yeah, I'm enjoying this, but I still, you know, distracted myself with this little solace, yeah, among the desert. All right. This is an image, just an image among the desert. This is an oasis. All right. But still, my life is a desert. You see? So for me, it doesn't, for example, even success can be an obstacle for your true calling. It was my most successful year ever in 13 years of career. The moment I became really successful in there was the moment I decided and kept my decision in my mind that I needed to understand my soul. How does it work? How does energy work? So not necessarily the obstacle will be something holding you back, but it's always pushing you forward as well. Not necessarily it's going to be a negative aspect that shows up, but a very positive one too, that can distract you from, I had this call in my soul. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have met this guy there on the screen, YOU.See. It was a blessing as well in my life, you know, to get to know how they work in their culture, the way they think. Oh my God, it was so amazing. Him and other friends, Lorraine and his wife, who's an amazing woman. All right. If I had chosen not to do that, I wouldn't, I'm sure, you know, life would be different. Probably I would be a director of the, you know, of the department or whatever. Yes, I would be okay. I would be okay. But now I feel fulfilled. I feel really like, oh, this is it. This is it. This is what I love. connecting, connecting. And whatever your goals are, whatever your goals, your dreams are, remember the heart knows better. Heart knows better. Analyzing everything of the opportunity I had, if I had analyzed it, it was a better opportunity for me to stay. But I didn't feel it. So no matter what the obstacle is, you just pay attention. We had this, a little talk before. Pay attention to the heart, your intuition. Just connect there. Just feel the feeling of the project. Feel the feeling. And if you have it clear that this is for you, you want this, that you not only want it, you desire it within your soul and heart, that's it. There is no obstacle. You just say to the mountain, move, like in the gospel, right? Let me tell you, it will move. Let me tell you what, and I'm going to finish my story with this. Before I went to Nepal, there was a guy in a travel agency. It was a fair. There was a fair of travel agencies because I wanted to buy my ticket from Mexico to Netherlands, to Amsterdam actually, and then from Amsterdam to Kathmandu, because the Dutch, they travel a lot to this place. I didn't know that, all right? But then, before I went to the fair, I said, yeah, I'm gonna get it, blah, blah. And I have the money, all my savings. I got all my savings. I said, I'm gonna put everything into this project, all right? Now, I went to this fair of travel agencies with big offers on tickets, plane tickets and all that. There was this Russian guy who tried to talk me out of it because there was an army in that moment when I wanted to go in 2003, November 2003, there was an army, a dissident army, or a movement against the government trying to bring it down in Nepal. It was so funny. And then the American US government, they issued, like a commandment, like no American citizen will travel to Nepal, okay, officially. And so they sent out this announcement to all the travel agencies in the world. And this guy in Mexico, he comes to me and he says, you cannot travel to Nepal. You're crazy. You're out of your mind. You Mexican people are so crazy. That's why you are like you are. Okay. And then I said, hell, I don't live in the States. Why should I pay attention to this thing? I said, no. I said, and I prayed to God. I prayed to the universe. I said, you want this from me? You want this for me? I want it. If you want this for me, open the doors. I don't know who this guy is, but I don't believe this story. I said that. I remember saying that. I don't believe this story. If this trip is for me and I'm going to be safe, okay, I pointed out, and I'm going to be safe and sound, then open the doors for me. No problem. Yes? And I got it. I got the travel agency. It was an amazing price. They said, no problem. And guess what? This was a Wednesday or a Thursday. On Saturday, a friend of mine who used to work for not a travel agency, an airplane. Oh my God, what do you call this? An airline, yes, or Aero Mexico, yeah, which has disappeared right now. She has gone. She calls me and she says, hey, Pepe, you know that we have family tickets and they give us these family tickets for free. You want to go to Paris before you go to Amsterdam? And I said, like, what? Hell yeah. Paris? Yeah. Just like being attended in the first class, just oh my God, just amazing. Not only had I gotten my ticket from Amsterdam to Nepal, but I was traveling, you know, like in first class from Mexico to Paris. And from Paris, I traveled by train to Amsterdam. An amazing trip as well. All right. The friends of my friend, the stewardesses, everyone like, hey, do you need anything else? You need something? Please let me know. Would you like? And then one of them, would you like to have some champagne? Yeah, from the first class. I said, hell yeah, why not? I'm in the yes mood right now. Okay. So this is why I said, no more no's in my mind. If it is going to be a no, if there is going to be a no, yeah, or a plain never, it's going to be to the illusion of the obstacle that is distracting me from my true calling. That's the only thing I have practiced, yes, from then. I met this beautiful guy, his beautiful wife, amazing as well, family. And I have met you all, I have met all of you guys. Had I not chosen this path, I don't know, but I'm here. I chose, yes? So it is persisting on the idea that you think, that you feel, that you know it's for you, yes? I've been invited to other projects and all that, yes? But I know it's not my calling, I just feel it. That's it. I trust my intuition. Why? Because the great metaphysicist, Florence Scovel-Shinn, she taught us that whenever you want to call God, you make your affirmations. Well, whenever God is responding you, he's responding you through your intuition. He responds. Oh, yes, he does respond. But like Neil Donald Walsh says, who's listening? Who's listening? The problem is not if God is talking to you or calling you. The problem is who is listening for real. Okay? The answers are there all the time. Yes? Oh my God. It's been so much fun. What else, guys? Come on, shoot. Yes, it's 12:12. Yeah, we're connected. Let's go. And you have any more questions? Oh my God, 2012. That's beautiful. Set yourself on audio. Let me see. Ah, Julian Coblence. Okay, he got disconnected. We'll talk later. Yes, my dear friend, Joost.
I just have one.
Okay. Wait a minute. Play mode.
Question. Where can I?
Oh yeah. Say again, Joost.
Did you?
No.
Sorry.
It just got a little bit disconnected, but now you're back on. Yes? Yes, my dear. Yes, my young Padawan. Remember that? Okay. Type question is best. Okay. Yes. Let's see. Type question, Joost. Don't you just love the name of this guy? You know, Joost.
Incredible. It's so powerful and like Viking like, right? Jost.
Joost.
I'm Jost. Like, and I'm here to vanish from the universe.
Smash. Yes. Okay, he's back on. Joost, are you there? Houston? Houston?
He's coming, he's coming. Here he is.
All right, audio? Has to mute. Okay, to your audio, there you are. My wife waving from outside.
I cannot hear you. I will try it by the chat.
I can
will
hear
try
you.
by-
I can hear you. Should the question?
Okay. Again. Nee hoor, dat maakt niet uit. The connection fails very much.
Okay, I hear you now.
Okay. Okay. I just have one question. I missed something. So where can I get your book and how can I get it?
I will send you the link, my friend. I love it. I love yours. You see that? I love you, guy. I love you, man.
No. Yeah, yeah. I just want to have your book, and I have some people. I talked to some people in Holland. One lady, she wanted to meet here, but she can't meet here, so I will want to get a book and try to read it with her or something. But
okay,
that's why.
Thank you so much, Joost. Thank you for making it bigger. Yes. Thank you. I will. Okay. I will send you the link. And it'll be ready and on your desktop on the 22nd. All right. So it will be ready by then. And yes, Emma, do you have another question?
No, but it's been absolutely so interesting, just fascinating. I love everything that you say and everything around meta-language.
Thank you. So really, thank you for being here. Thank you all. Avelino, Elba, you know, they had to disconnect a little bit. Kali as well, who wasn't able to connect here for some reason. I will see later. But then today, before the end of this day, Joost, because your days is coming to an end there in Europe, it's nighttime, right? So pay attention to the story you're going to tell yourself before you go to bed. Okay? In the morning, pay attention to the story you're telling yourself when you wake up. And the rest of the day, tomorrow, yes, practice the art of 0 complaints. All right? Oh my God. It's a challenge. It's a God, I'm challenging you. Yes, I'm challenging you. Practice the art of 0 complaints. Wow. And then the next day, tell me what happens in your life. Believe me. Well, don't believe me. Practice it. But watch in awe what's going to happen. All right? 0 complaints. Yeah. Tonight, tomorrow, and if possible, the day after tomorrow. let's make it very, very, very important to never go back to complaining. All right? Complaints have power. All right? And we always deserve better. All right. Yes. You got it. All right, Joost, Emma, thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you for being in this presentation on MasterClass. There is going to be more. There's going to be a follow-up. Yes. Later on, I will tell you more about the surprises I'm preparing for us to be really aware of the story we're telling the world. We deserve better. We need to tell a better story. Okay? We all deserve better, but we need to tell the world a better story of our lives. We are the main stars of this movie, the protagonists. Wait a minute, we are the script writers too. Hell yeah. Like Barbara Streisand, man. We do everything in the movie. Producers, you know, music, songs, everything, yeah? We are the Barbara Streisands. Okay? Okay, we finish like that. I'll see you more. I see you later. There's more to come. Thank you so much for connecting. Bye. Abur, be blessed. Bless your days. Bye. See you. See you, Joost. See you, Emma. See you, everyone. Bye.